pellet waggler can be one of the most enjoyable methods, particularly to fish through summer. For targeting fish that are up in the water, cruising about just underneath the surface, there's something really enjoyable about firing pellets out, whether they be 6mm or 8mm pellets, and then casting your waggler amongst them. And a lot of these bites are coming really quickly, you know. A lot of the bites with a pellet waggler can come within the first 5 seconds, so it can be really exciting. And as with most things in our fishing, if you can keep your setup simple, then it's going to be much more enjoyable and much less complicated. So for me, my pellet waggler fishing is really simple. Because of the nature of the beast, you're generally casting your waggler to where you're loose feeding. So by its very nature, even if you're fishing with 6mm or 8mm pellets, you can only fire them so far, you know, you only fire them that sort of 25-meter range. So you don't need a super long rod because you're not going to be going past where you can loose feed. So for me, I use a nice soft 11-foot waggler rod, a pellet waggler rod, and I just couple that with a nice compact reel. I'm using a 3000 reel. A 3000 reel with an 11-foot rod is ideal. It's really nice and balanced, you know. Now you could use a 4000 reel. Some people prefer to use a 4000, and I have done that as well. And what that will do is it will just help you retrieve your waggler that little bit quicker because of the gear ratio. But that is when you're getting a little bit more critical about your fishing. But if you've got a 3 or a 4000 reel, that is going to be ideally suited with an 11-foot rod. I've got 6-pound Horizon line on there. Now it is a 6-pound breaking strain, but the diameter of that is 0.18, so that is quite a low diameter for most 6-pound lines that are out there. And I can hear fish crashing behind me. It's late August at the time of filming, and there are lots of fish up in the water here, which is ideally suited for this method. So a 6-pound line is all you need. Don't need any sort of fancy shock leaders or anything like that. And then what I've actually got is I've got my waggler actually attached with a pellet waggler attachment. All right, there we go. So that is just basically, it's a series of rubbers that you can slide onto your main line. Now these come ready tied, you know, these are the matrix ones. These are the ones that I use. There are lots of different ones out there, and what that basically allows you to do is by sliding these rubbers on, the first one goes at the top, so the top side of your waggler, the line that is going back towards your reel, that is the side that you have the one stopper on. Don't get them the wrong way around. You've then got the quick change swivel there, which allows you to, it obviously allows you to attach your waggler, but it allows you to change your waggler as well. And then you've got 3 rubbers that are actually below the waggler. The reason why there's only one above is because that is just to stop it. That's all you need. But below the waggler, depending on how sharp you cast, depending on how hard you're trying to cast and what weight waggler you're actually using, you actually need 3 below, because if you only had 1 rubber below, there could be a tendency for that to slip when you go to cast. All right, so that's why you have the 3 rubbers below the waggler like that. Okay, slide them onto the line, and that's all you need. Don't need any shot down the line whatsoever, no shot down there at all. And then I've just attached my hook length loop to loop style. Simple as that. I've got a 25 centimeter hook length, and that goes through to my hook, which has got a pellet band on it. Simple as that, or a bait band. That is it. That's all you need, because what you've got to remember is that when you're loose feeding pellets out there via your catapult, the ultimate end goal is that you want the fish out there to think that that pellet there is one of the free ones, one of the ones that hasn't got a hook in it. You know, you're trying to mimic the loose fed pellets that you're putting out there. So by not having any shot below your float, that is just enabling that pellet to fall as naturally as possible, like the pellets that you're actually loose feeding. And that is it. That's all you need. It's really, really simple. You don't need any sort of line clips or anything like that. One little tip for you is that always try and make sure that you've undone the drag on your reel. All right, make sure that's tightened off, so that if you are going to get any super quick bites, some of the bites in summer, as soon as that pellet hits the surface out there, sometimes fish will take that straight away, and when they're hard fighting fish like F1s and carp, the fish is going to want to run. Make sure you've got your drag undone like that, because it will catch you out. Believe me, some of the bites are incredibly quick. All right, so make sure you've got your drag undone, because you don't want to go losing fish. But that is it. It's a really super simple setup, and what I do at the end of each session is I just simply slide those rubbers there, slide them right down to where that loop is there, and then I can pack this rod away into a ready rod bag with my rig already on it, and it's all ready to go for the next session. It's super simple. It's an exciting way of fishing. It's it's a method that I love to do whenever I can, and I really hope you've enjoyed this little bit of an insight into seeing how simple you can keep your setup for such an exciting way of fishing.